Oh man, that's finna change this game. And this is the experimental wave. There was never ever been any type of promotion or any type of movement that has been traveling like the speed of light. But they feel real confident and in position to release such a film that's going to be risque, risque, and risque. They feel like they control the business and control people's minds so much that they are going to take the next giant leap. Okay? Normally, I would do this on Screen Theme because it's an actual film, but this is something that needs a broader stroke of attention. Bros. This is a movie basically all about homosexuals. Universal Pictures has spent millions of dollars on this. Like this is a $30 million, $40 million, the biggest homosexual movie ever made. But what alarms me is it's a comedy, and everybody's like, it's a comedy. The people that gave you Trainwreck and they gave you all the other comedies. Now they're giving one to gays. I don't care that they made a gay movie. That's not what this point is. You can have your gay movie. I don't care. It does not affect me one way or another. Fine. I like the fact that you're not trying to disguise it. This is exactly what this is, a gay comedy. It's not trying to fool you into making you believe that it's a straight movie to get the straight people in there to see the movie too. So if you go see Bros, you must like its content. Or and not saying straight people can't watch it. They might like films and say, hey, I find the movie funny. I don't care about their sexuality. That's fine. But this is why I made this video for this right here. Listen to this.
Oh my god, do you guys remember Straight People? Yeah, they had a nice run.
You see that? Do you remember Straight People? Yeah, they had a nice run.
You people were uncomfortable with it.
Oh my god, do you guys remember Straight People? Yeah, they had a nice run.
So, why did they feel a need to drop that in their comedy? Why did they feel a need to drop that line in the movie? And it's in the trailer. Now, if someone straight would have said, remember gay people? Yeah. Man, wasn't it great when they weren't around? That person's career is over. That person's career is done in film. They're done in everything else. They can say that's a joke. That's a comedy. They would not be able to get away with that. And the fact that they were able to push that joke through the trailer as the last connecting piece to this film. They're showing you we're pushing the envelope now. Well, we could disrespect straight people.
Oh my god, do you guys remember Straight People? Yeah, they had a nice run.
We had a nice run. And to me, the movie don't look funny. It just looks funny. But not funny, but funny. Now, needless to say, I will not be watching this film. For those who want to go and watch this, knock yourselves out. I will not be attending. Yeah, because they never spent a big budget on a film like this. Don't disrespect straight people for your comedy if you're going to be super sensitive about anybody saying something joking about gay people. You can't take a gay joke. Don't make a gay comedy talking about straight people. Because you want to push that, oh yeah, remember they had a good run. Laughing at straight people, okay. Because if this movie is successful, if it's a blockbuster hit, it gets all this money at the box office, oh, you're going to be seeing this a lot. You're going to be seeing this a lot. Get ready. This is the new reality. You're going to be seeing that a lot. They ain't done. If this film is successful, you're going to be seeing big budget movies more like this. And I don't care if they're making their movie. That's fine. You want to make you a Avenger type movie with superheroes and all that, making out with each other, two dudes, knock yourself out. Just let me know in advance so I can skip that and watch the movies that I want to see. That's on y'all. If you got the money and you want to spend it like that and make it for them, cool. I'm not in your way. I'm just saying, don't try to force that down our throats. And don't try to bash heterosexuals because you the one complaining about people was bashing you. And you didn't like it. Why you gonna do the same thing to somebody else? Because if that same joke was told in reverse by heterosexuals, they would be ostracized. And they know it. They know that. Are we at the end of days? Of course we are. Everyone's so passive aggressive. Being passive aggressive has never gotten anything accomplished in life. Somebody was aggressive, you just didn't know it. Everybody love to squeeze that passive aggressive and peace and love and energy. You got to fight for some peace. I'll be like, that Bible you swear on, read it sometime. It's nothing but war. Nothing but conflict. Nothing but people fighting for peace. God did a lot of work. A lot of work. He He had to let them know, hey, I'm God. And he brought the hammer down. Nobody was crossing him. It's the end of the era. There's always an era and period. Everybody talked about the Mayans and said the world is going to end. No, the era was going to end. People lose things in translation when they translate things. So people say, oh, the world is going to end. No, the era was going to end. The 2012, when they predicted the end of the world, they was like, nope, this is the end of this era, this cycle we in now. This is all going to end, and we're going to enter into a new era. So it's not that the world was coming to an end. The world as we knew it was going to change. So the era was over. And they named these eras. Not that the world was going to end. And they were basically right. Because we'll be gone. We'll wipe each other out. Because the new rumor is about oxygen now, and we're running low. We're not running low on oxygen. It's lies. Fear is to keep everyone in panic. Here's what you need to be panicked about. The actual growing rate of the population of the world. That's what you need to be worried about. Okay, hold on. Let me get the chart for you. That's not it. I'm going to show you the actual chart. World growth population. Can I please see our chart? Can we please print out the chart? Thank you very much. Now, I want you to see something here. The world's population in 1928 was 2 billion. We only went from it was 40 years later before we got to another billion. Look at that. 1928, it took 40 years to get to 3 billion. It took us 15 years to get to 4 billion. It took us 12 years to get to 5. You see that? It took 12 to get to 6 billion. And after 1999, you see that? 7 billion came right then and there. And we're at 7.9 billion in 2022. Almost 8 billion. In another 11 years. Almost 10. So we're almost at 8 billion people on the world, on this planet. Now, the problem is the earth, is the way they look at it, from livable areas. A lot of people look at the land space and the landscapes, and there's a lot of places you cannot live. You cannot function. Like everybody look at China. You see, this is what people don't understand. It's like, look at all their space. You can't grow food there. So I'm going to blow this up for you so you can understand what I'm talking about. See, here's a map. And you see all this space here? You got like one tribe of family there with a little bit of life and soil. All of this is high mountains regions where it's very cold. All this population in China is squoze up in these little areas here. So all of these people are living on top of each other, basically, in this little area. This little area is the only habitable area in China for them to exist. All of this is mountain range. So when they look at all the space on the map, you're not looking at what really matters. You have to look at sustainable life and where people are actually able to live. You can't just look at the map and say, look at the scope. There's areas you can't live. Here in the United States, there are places that you really can't live. A lot of it is in Arizona. A lot of it's in Nevada. All this desert, miles and miles of desert that used to be full of life. There's a lot of land you can't live. So now that we have 8 billion people in the world, that's a fast rate. This world is probably not equipped to have another 5 billion added to it. So now you're going to have problems with resources. You're seeing food shortages. You're having people trying to grow things faster. And people are going to be struggling for survivals. There's not enough jobs in the world. There ain't 8 billion jobs in the world. So now you're going to have a struggle for work. You're going to have a struggle for need. You're going to have a struggle for just all the basic things that you want in life. This whole world is a spiral right now. People got to wake up. The pandemic, nothing happens by accident in this world. That's something you better realize right now. Nothing happens. It's planned. Everything is planned. The name of the game is called process of elimination. They want to shorten everybody's clock. People are living too long. Poor people are living too long. That process wasn't working. They thought the materials they made was supposed to dwindle us down to nothing, which it has. Many of us, 50s, are like our 70s. But we have endured so much, we're able to survive under the meager conditions and everything and still push through. And they're like, how are they making it? Their blood pressure is so damn high. How will they survive? Hypertension runs very high in our families, African Americans. Why is that? Because it's being passed down from you because of what you eat. You can't afford, even as a child, to decide what you want for dinner. Black kids can't come home and say, they be like, what you want for dinner? You don't have a what you want for dinner. Ever. I've never had that in my life growing up. I had, this is what we having for dinner. I never got that. So you got diabetes at a higher rate because we're consuming a lot of sugar products that are not even real sugar. It's artificial sugar. And these artificial B1s and B2s that they're putting in there, the chemicals to emulate what sugar is tearing your body apart. Your kidneys are having a hard time processing these. In African Americans, it hit harder. Than any other race. African Americans have a harder time processing the coloring, the artificial colors that are used, and especially in cheap sodas. Stay away from 99-cent sodas. There are chemicals in there that may or may not cause erectile dysfunction, kidney and liver problems, skin issues, honey and real sugar is good for you. Honey has natural sugar, real pure sugar that comes from the sugar cane. It's never really been bad for you and doesn't lead to diabetes. It was the artificial stuff that got you sick. Well, if you have a steady diet, most of your body can be able to consume it. Well, the thing that they designed and came up with ended up being a major problem because here's the issue. And I want to be clear with the issue. The issue is this. They did not process the body knowing how to defend itself so well that if somebody actually works out and stay constantly moving, blacks weren't going to the gym. They had to work 2-3 jobs. So they were always working and going to work and pushing it. So even though they weren't eating healthy, their body was burning it off. It wasn't staying in their systems. So they were living longer. So now here comes assisted living where you don't have to go to work anymore. You could just stay home, get a check. Oh, who wouldn't do that? Now you can sit at home, watch TV all day, get fat, and out of shape. And now those products get to sit in your system. Then you see the deformity in people's bodies. You starting to see so many of us just abnormal, eating flaming hots and all these ridiculous products that's not good for you, and you know it, and you still consume it. Megan Thee Stallion talking about she got a addiction for flaming hots. Now, this isn't meant to condemn. It's meant to say, this is what's happening to you. This is why the whole world is moving like this. It's not just about you. It's a much bigger scale. We are about 3 billion people over what we should actually have on the planet. And it's like, it's plenty of enough space and food. It's not. It's not. You look at these towns now. Most of these towns in places like Ohio, they're deserted. They're empty. There's no jobs there. There's no need for the jobs. People don't have the money. Small towns are closing because the meals and most of the work is done overseas. And it would cost too much for them to do the work because the cost of living is going up because of inflation. Cheap stuff comes in, prices go up. They knew people were going to get sick. They knew this was going to cause a lot of people to lose their lives. It was going to cause a lot of people's health to decline. A lot of people knew, they know this. So it's a process of an elimination. So we need to be alert in between the ears. We need to pay attention to the real stuff out here. Well, our resurrection was supposed to be our children. And back then, we understood sacrifice. Now, that's whole thing is a mystery to us now. We have to strive to do better. So focused on the wrong stuff that it confuses the brain, knocks us all off course. Then they start pushing these things on us. These type of movies, suggestively brainwashing, with the messages that heterosexuals have had their run. You know, to be the last hitting joke of the movie. So now it's all inclusive now. Really? You think so? I don't. That's the illusion that it's all inclusive. People are always good at illusions. Well, yes, they've reduced the families. Everything is being done to reduce families. If you guys haven't, please subscribe to the Patreon. Because we just did part 1. Part 2 of it's finna blow your mind. If you're on the Patreon, Carcino for Life Patreon. If you know me, all of y'all should be subscribed to the Patreon. You will not be disappointed. Because we got even more stories that's finna blow your mind. And most of this stuff is backed up. The Shaq thing, I put the court records in there. So you can see that I wasn't lying about nothing. The court records are right there. So they can't say a word. Now, we're going to get into a lot more. But as of right now, I'm washing clothes. So while I'm washing clothes, hey, you gotta do it, right? Everybody sleep right now. Cino's up washing clothes. This is the Cino hours. That's why I get most of my work done. So that'll be enough for now. Hopefully I don't get shut down over here. But that's why we did it on One Crack News. But we'll be back. So I'm finna update the Patreon right now, but I guarantee you want to see Rise of the Machines Part 1, and then you're gonna see Rise of the Machines Part 2, and that's gonna. Do you think you've seen something on 1, 2, and 3? Y'all ain't even ready. Y'all are definitely not ready